Good afternoon, my name is Inky and I'm the CEO and founder of Trilingual. Trilingual is an online digital learning platform that was founded about 3.5 years ago in order to save the world's intangible cultural heritage from extinction. As you probably all know, half of the world's 7,000 languages will have disappeared by the end of the 20th century. And when languages die, we lose more than just a parochial means of communication. We lose a shared way of thinking about the world, of acting, of storytelling, and our world's rich and diverse tapestry of life becomes unravelled bit by bit. Other forms of cultural heritage will survive the deaths of the skills that brought them to life. For example, ancient architecture lives on after ancient architects. Aztec jewelry survives the collapse of the Aztec civilization. But languages, just like wild species, can never truly be without being passed down from generation to generation. One well-used tool to tackle language extinction is language documentation, where linguists and anthropologists travel around the world and document and record speakers of dying tongues. And this has indeed been a major step in language preservation efforts. However, true language preservation efforts needs to also ensure that the number of speakers of these different languages increases, as well as the number of traditional practitioners. So this is one of the reasons why Trilingual was set up. We enable speakers of dying languages and practitioners of dying traditions to teach their language and traditions worldwide to an international audience. So for example, you can learn the Malagasy language, you can learn Sami culture, you can learn Mongolian storytelling, all through our platform with native speakers on the ground who teach a wide variety of different learners all over the world. And by doing this, we not only promote endangered languages and cultures, but we also provide an income and meaning to speakers of these different languages and cultures. Since its inception, we've been absolutely overwhelmed and humbled by the number of organisations and institutions and individuals around the world who have seen the problem of cultural erosion but thought nothing could be done to help it. We receive emails from people all the time, every day, and it's something that gets me, as well as my colleagues, up in the morning every day, because we know we're doing something really important, and we'd love other people to get involved as well, because it's not just us. This must be a joint effort. A joint effort to protect something that is, to my mind, one of the biggest losses the world is ever going to witness. So my reasons for starting Trilingual has also been from because of my personal background. My grandparents come from a place called the Buryat Republic, which is in Siberia, and their language and culture is classified as endangered by UNESCO. And so I don't want to see their language and their culture perish. So I wanted to do something about this. And I know there are lots of other people, like our teachers on our platform, who think the same as I do. And so that is one of the reasons, or my main motivation for starting up the company. And I'd love to know what your reasons are, what your motivations are for taking this course, which I think is a really great and noble thing to do. But I'd love to know why you think that saving or protecting these different languages and cultures is important. You obviously do, because you're taking the course, but is there anything else that we can do to speed up the process of language and cultural preservation, because time is obviously not on our side, and with one language dying every 2 weeks, we've really got to get a move on. So yeah, I'd love to know why you're taking the course. I'd love to know if you think that language and culture are inextricably linked. For us, that's a really important part of what we do. And in fact, when we talk about our courses, we talk about teaching culture through language, because one can never really truly understand a culture without learning the language. But we're doing much more than just teaching a language. We want people to understand different ways of thinking about the world, and being able to understand the knowledge that comes with learning the language and learning about the culture. So I'd love to know if there are any, if there is, within your own culture, if there's any knowledge that is being passed down from generation to generation that you think is really important to upkeep and uphold, something that you hope to be passed on to your children and your grandchildren. And I'd love to know, finally, if you think there is anything else that we can do or that would make a difference in language and cultural loss around the world, whether that's an idea for a startup, whether that's some kind of research project, whether it's something that you can do within your own communities. It would be great to know what your thoughts are about this. So thank you very much and good luck.